Live on here, it's live on YouTube.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Unlimited Podcast. I am clearly not Matt Meffy since I'm not wearing a hoodie. Matt Meffy is too busy with real life right now to do a podcast, so he has elected me to host. And I have my guest with me all the way from the Carolinas, Mr. Shady Mike. How are you doing tonight?
It's a good night.
And we are here to talk about...
Thirsty, though.
We are here to talk about Payback, which is Sunday.
And no, we're not talking about the Attila song.
No, we're not. We're talking about WWE Payback, which will be live from the SAP Center in San Jose, California.
On the WWE Network for only $9.99. Can't beat that deal.
You actually can't. There are 8 matches on the card, including one pre-show match and a pre-show.
Which I have a lot to say about that pre-show match.
Oh, I'll probably agree with everything you say about that pre-show match.
But continue.
Okay. Well, what are your thoughts overall going into the show?
Going into the show, it's a really solid card. But I feel like Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman should be more than just a singles match.
Yeah, especially since the fact that Braun Strowman, I don't know, threw an ambulance.
Literally, yeah. I'm expecting a lot out of Rollins and Joe.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm hoping that they give Neville and Aries the showing they should have had at Mania.
I agree.
But
what
I like this card.
What I get out of it looking at this card, every single match has the potential to be really, really good. It's just they've been built terribly.
Yeah. All of this except for the pre-show match.
Yes. Which, speaking of the card, let's get straight into it. Pre-show match, Enzo Amore and Big Cass versus The Club.
Why is Enzo Amore and Big Cass a part of this show, but the Revival is not?
Because half of the Revival are injured.
I missed something. What happened?
I think it was Dawson broke his ankle.
No. Oh. Kayfabe or for real?
For real.
Fuck. Sorry, Meffy.
But yeah, terrible.
Why now?
Such terrible timing with that. They just get to the main roster. They send the New Day packing to SmackDown. I'm
so upset.
And Dawson injures himself. It's going to be, they say, about 3 months before he can be back in.
You know what, though? At least they'll still be able to get a pop once they get back. They're still going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
That's so sad, though.
It is. Like, of all the timing.
Exactly. Why couldn't they have taken Enzo?
I mean, in all fairness, the most entertainment I've gotten out of Enzo was when he was kayfabe injured and he was doing all the trash talking while wheeling himself around. I found that to be really funny.
What, you talking about that? What are you talking about?
They did a couple week angle where Enzo had gotten beaten down and he was just doing his trash talking while wheeling his wheelchair around.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
But yeah, it's a pre-show match. They're gonna want to get the crowd going on a positive note. So I'm going Enzo and Cass. Unfortunately,
I'm going with the Club.
Oh,
I mean they should be champs. I feel like.
Yeah.
If the Hardys wouldn't have come back and the club didn't win at Mania, I would have been very upset.
Yeah, that would have. There were no real teams in that match other than maybe Cesaro and Sheamus that I would have wanted to see win that other than the club.
Yeah.
And the pre-show segment, Miz TV with Finn Balor, which means that a feud they've been building on TV won't have
any play.
Yeah. Build Miz and Ambrose and don't put them on the show. I don't understand.
I really don't either. I don't understand why, of all people, it's Finn Balor.
Yeah.
You'd think that he'd already be a part of a
match.
Like a storyline.
Yeah, but he's not. And the rumor is that after Payback, it's going to evolve into Finn versus Bray.
That'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
I try not to read like rumors and all that. I miss the element of surprise that it had when we were kids before we knew about all of that. So I try to get it as much to that as possible.
My thing is I work during every single weekly show, except occasionally I'm home for NXT, which I was tonight. So I feel that. I read the results to see just what happens.
See, I know half of it won't even matter. That's why, like I told you, I'll just watch like the top 10 or the ups and downs videos.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
Because I cannot sit through 3 hours of Raw every single week.
Absolutely not. Not anymore.
I just can't even pay attention to it that long.
Yeah, like even when I was home for it, I would end up on my phone half the night.
Exactly. Yeah. Like if I hear music I want to hear, I'll look up.
Right.
Other than that, it's nothing.
Yeah. All right. Then on to the main card. We have the Raw Women's Championship, Bayley versus Alexa Bliss. This could be really good.
Dude, I'm tempted to say that is a possible match of the night.
It could be, because both
Alexa Bliss is so underrated.
She really is. And they both can go on some of the highest levels in the company in their division. Alexa Bliss has improved immensely in a really quick amount of time.
Yeah. It's crazy how quick she's been getting better.
Of all the girls, she might be the best heel talker, at least.
Yeah, I'd agree to that. I would.
It would have to be between her and Charlotte.
Charlotte's too generic with it, I feel like.
Yeah, sometimes.
Like, she uses look at my name, I'm obviously better.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as Alexa uses the whole, I'm a bitch and I'm going to fuck you up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I couldn't think of any other better way to say that.
And again, Alexa Bliss is the perfect opponent for Bayley, in my opinion, because they're polar opposites character-wise.
Oh, completely. Like, one is complete babyface, I want to hug you. And the other one is, I am going to beat you down.
Yeah. But as far as predictions go,
Alexa Bliss.
Same. I think it's her time to be there, and she could get so much bragging out of the fact that she could say, I'm the first one to win the Raw and SmackDown women's title.
Easily. And she carried it over there on SmackDown. Like, she made it important. And I feel like she can do that with Raw as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Next up, we have another match of the night candidate, Seth Rollins versus Samoa Joe. A match that was supposed to happen all the way back in February.
Yeah, but I'm okay with waiting for it because that's going to be such a good match.
It really is. They are going to stiff each other to no end.
Oh, Without a doubt.
Because
that match is going to be everything I personally look for in a match.
Absolutely.
Like storytelling, flippy stuff.
Really stiff strikes.
Stiff strikes, yeah. And two amazing performers that I enjoy watching.
Yeah. And speaking of stiff strikes, I noticed something that I saw pointed out to me.
Well, what is that?
Ever since Nakamura came in, everyone's been getting a whole lot more stiff.
I haven't noticed that, but I'm going to keep that in mind next time I'm watching stuff, like watching clips.
Yeah, it seems like they're not all on the level of Nakamura stiff, but they've definitely.
But it's noticeably more.
Yes.
Okay.
As for the match, I'm going Joe. I think this is the start of a feud, and you can't have the marquee victory for Rollins, the babyface, right away. I think eventually he will be the one to beat Joe on the main roster, but I don't think he'll do it yet.
I see what you mean. If they're booking him that way.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea what they're doing with him. I cannot tell what direction they're going. But obviously I want Rollins to win because he's my favorite. But I think Joe is going to take it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But if Rollins does take it, they could have Joe attack him and be like, you got lucky, and then that starts the rivalry.
Absolutely.
So that could go either way.
Yeah.
I want Rollins.
Yeah.
I'm taking it.
Up next, Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman.
This match needs a stipulation.
It really does because, ambulance flipping and all that.
Yeah.
These two proved back in February that they can put on a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it will be no different this time.
Yeah, I really hope Braun wins it because his momentum is going way too good, like way too fast.
Right.
For it to get stopped tonight.
Yeah. Because
you can't tease Braun challenging Brock and then have Braun lose.
Right. So I think I'm picking Strowman. I think they're going to be selling the crap out of Reigns' injury.
Yeah.
And Braun's going to beat him, go on to SummerSlam or whenever Brock's next title defense is, and face Brock. And I
obviously
don't
not beat him.
Right. But that would still be a cool match to see Brock versus Strowman.
Well, that would be awesome. But I'm going Strowman as well.
Yeah.
They can't just stop momentum like that.
They can't. Vince and Triple H and all of them, they have to see the gold they have in Braun Strowman.
I mean, they don't see it in Bray, though, so you never know.
That's true. Speaking of people they don't see gold in, the Cruiserweight title match. Neville versus Austin Aries.
This has potential that it could be a match of the year candidate.
Yes, if they give them enough time, they could produce one of the best matches of the entire year.
Yeah. They could put on one of the purest wrestling matches.
Yeah. And both of them.
We both know how this is really going to go.
Yeah, they're going to get 10 minutes.
If that.
Yeah. But given the proper time, these two could put on a display of precise striking, of high flying, of technical ability, of mat wrestling, of submission wrestling, of every single type of wrestling that you could really put in to one match.
They could do it.
Yes. Both guys are immensely talented. And
without a doubt,
both guys have the potential to carry the Cruiserweight division. But speaking of someone carrying the Cruiserweight division, I think that's Neville right now, and I'm going Neville.
Yeah, I think now that they have used Neville to build it back up, I think they might give it to Aries.
That could be a thing too. Have Neville build it up to a high level, and then have Aries just feed it even more into a higher level.
Like, get it real nice and as popular as they've made it. Really, it's not very popular, but it's more than it was.
Right.
And just get a baby face to carry it. That way they can start selling merch out of it and everything.
Make money.
It makes sense.
It does.
But if they want that Cruiserweight division to be credible, they got to not treat it like the women's division. Let them face every other kind of male competitor other than Cruiserweights.
Right. Like, put Aries against Rollins. How amazing would that be?
Oh, my God. Or do, like, Noam Dar and Sami Zayn.
That'd be great, too.
Cedric and anybody.
Oh, my God, Cedric. Cedric should be competing with the heavyweights.
I completely agree. I feel like he could make a great Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, I absolutely agree. Have Miz beat Ambrose, carry it for a little bit, and then throw Alexander into a feud with the Miz for it.
I feel like he would need someone to talk for him, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who that could be.
True. Up next, the House of Horrors match, which is apparently not for the WWE title. Orton versus Wyatt.
Which it makes sense that it's not, but it's stupid.
And apparently, the only detail I've heard about this match is that it's going to start somewhere that isn't the ring and end up in the ring.
Okay.
Which makes
I was kind of expecting like an Ambrose Asylum kind of thing.
Yeah, no, apparently it's going to start somewhere in the crowd or in the backstage area or at the Wyatt compound and then end up in the ring. This screams they're going to try and rip off the Final Deletion.
Yeah, it does.
But also, it not being for the title screams a way to give Bray the win without giving him the title.
Yeah.
Which I think that's where they're going to go. I think Bray Wyatt's going to win this match. And then he's going to win a feud against a main event star, which that's going to be weird to think about.
Mm-hmm. What if, like, they do that, he wins, and then he can be like, well, I just beat SmackDown's champion. Let me try and beat Raw's champion.
Ooh, I've wanted to see Bray versus Brock for quite a long time.
Oh, yeah.
That would be beautiful.
It would. I completely disagree with Brock having it, but it would be good.
Yeah, I'm on that boat too. I don't like the part-time champion again.
Mm-mm.
It's more
not this soon.
It's more effective when there's one title versus two titles. When there's one title, it makes it a big deal when he shows up.
It does.
When there's two titles, it just makes you want to go to the other show to see the champion.
And if you go to the other show, you're going to stay at the other show.
Yeah, because that Superstar shakeup kind of threw everything in favor of SmackDown.
And everything kind of was on SmackDown anyway.
Yeah, it just got more on SmackDown's side. On to the Tag Team Championships. The Hardy Boys versus Cesaro and Sheamus with like 10% broken Matt Hardy.
It's I wouldn't call him broken. I would call him
fractured,
very slightly cracked.
Yes. Word is that they're definitely going to have them be broken. It's just whenever this lawsuit is fixed and they know how to go about getting the broken gimmick.
I feel like they should just let them do it how they were doing it.
Yes, I think that's what they should absolutely do. Hopefully that's what they do. But yeah, this match with the Hardys, Cesaro, and Sheamus should be outstanding.
Oh, it's going to be a great match without even a shadow of a doubt.
Like, I did not expect Cesaro and Sheamus to be this good as a tag team.
I didn't either.
They are great. I love how they combined the two entrances.
I like that they're not trying to one-up each other all the time now.
Right. Like, they've evolved from that to being a functional team of two guys who are just brutally destroying people.
And want to be on top.
Absolutely. Like, this tag title scene on Raw is making the titles feel like the ultimate goal, which no other division really is.
Can seem to do, yeah.
Right. But
with all of that being said, I got the Hardys winning it.
Same. I don't think it's going to be Cesaro and Sheamus who they drop the titles to. I think it'll be probably the Revival when they get all healed up.
Revival or the Club?
One of those two.
Yeah, it better not be Enzo and Cass. If it is, I swear to you, WWE, on everything that people will get hurt.
I love Big Cass, but Enzo should be just a manager.
Yeah, 100% agree.
I mean, it's entertaining to see Cass use Enzo as an offensive weapon sometimes, but it just gets old seeing the same thing from them every match because of how limited Enzo is.
Yeah, like the first time I saw him throw him like a lawn dart, he just throws him. I thought it was wonderful. I could not stop laughing. I saw him do it the next week after that, and I was like, okay, not as funny. And I don't think they haven't done it in a week since then.
Yeah, they do it every single match they have. Enzo runs at him, and Cass throws him.
Yeah. I'm waiting for them to mess it up one day and Enzo breaking his ankle.
You'd think that they would learn not to just stand there underneath them while Enzo is running.
You would think. Or maybe just look up, because you know they look up. Why don't they just go?
Yeah. Just like...
That's a hard landing for Enzo. He's out of the match. It's 2-on-1.
Oh my God. I could not imagine the sight if they did a spot where they missed that and Enzo just splats.
Oh my God, dude. I can, and it's making me very happy.
That would be hysterical.
I would enjoy that so much.
But on to the match that Wikipedia lists as the main event.
Dude, nah, mine is different than yours. It's
Owens?
showing Bayley and Alexa Bliss on here for main event for me.
Oh, well, I go with the main event as the one that's the top result.
Oh, I was looking at the one on the bottom. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Kevin Owens versus Chris Jericho for the United States title. If Chris Jericho wins, he not only wins the U.S. title, but he also moves to SmackDown.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
have no idea.
I've loved this feud from the beginning.
Yeah.
The festival of friendship was wonderful.
It was.
Owens breaking the pin at Mania with his fingertip was fantastic.
I was laughing so hard that I was pretty much screaming.
And the match they had at Mania was really, really good. And
it was.
I think this one's going to be just as good, if not better, because if it's main event, they might give it 25-30.
Yeah. But I got to say, for my prediction, who are you going with?
I'm going Kevin.
You're going Kevin? I am as well, because it seems like they're starting to do something with Jericho and Ambrose again.
Yeah.
Like
Also,
a unit, I guess.
Also, apparently, within the month, Jericho is leaving to tour with Fozzy. I don't know if like Jericho's like struck a deal where it's like, okay, I'll tour, just not on Mondays. Or
Well, I know
literally.
literally he's probably taking time off after Sunday.
Yeah.
After the pay-per-view, because literally later that week on Friday, I was going to see him live.
Oh.
It was either on Friday or Saturday. I was going to see Fozzy.
I've seen Fozzy.
So the tour is starting like now.
Yeah, so they might do a thing where Owens writes.
He's gonna get a pretty big spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be vicious.
Yeah, but yeah.
That match is gonna be great though.
Yeah.
This whole card is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's just I wish they would build these cards better to where like I don't have to look at the card to know I'm looking forward to it. I just need to like have
be like, oh, there's a pay-per-view. Who's wrestling? Oh, it doesn't even matter, dude. There's a pay-per-view.
Yeah, they've been building everything, and it's been so intense, and that's how it used to be. It used to be like, oh, there's a pay-per-view. It's getting intense now.
Yeah, something's about to happen, but not anymore.
Yeah. You know it's bad when I'm already when leading up to today, this podcast, I've already been looking past this one to Backlash.
Oh my dude, Backlash is going to be so much better.
And everything they're doing is different over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're having two main event guys fight for the U.S. title because it's looking like it's going to be Owens Styles, which is going to be amazing. It really is. It's looking like they're going to do Dolph versus Nakamura,
which is going to be amazing.
And they've pulled the trigger on two new title contenders with, of all people, to become number one contender for the WWE title.
Who is it?
Oh, God. The Indian guy.
The Bollywood Boys?
No, Jinder Mahal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're over here talking about tag teams. I'm like, what?
No, new title, and then
I think it's gonna be cool.
Yeah. And then Breezango are getting a tag title shot at the show.
I love that. I love it. I am such a fan of Breezango.
And just those matches alone make me more intrigued on paper that beyond just the match than most anything on Payback.
I wonder what the Divas match on Backlash is going to be.
Oh,
I'm sorry, women's match.
Yeah, it's
because I was thinking they were going to do Naomi and Charlotte, but Charlotte got jumped.
Yeah, it's looking like Charlotte's a face now,
which is weird.
It really is, because she got jumped along with Naomi by
everyone else.
Yeah, it was Natty and Tamina and Carmella, who I used to think Carmella was rapidly improving, and now she is just not.
No.
And James Ellsworth is still there.
I miss seeing the bumps he would take.
Oh my God. I remember at Survivor Series when he caused Strowman to get counted out, and then Strowman threw him off of the stage. Holy crap, it's the owner of this channel, Matt Meffy.
The Indian guy?
Yes.
I had to join the podcast
I was
at that time.
Oh, God.
Do you know how sad it is? Not only this podcast, but the product itself, when we don't even know the number one contender's name.
No, I've been excited about that like ever since it happened, because it's all different, I just was drawing a legitimate blank.
You know, it was. I feel like I'm Vince McMahon directing a show, and I told Shady this. Like, I already yelled at him twice for cursing. Now I'm yelling at you for forgetting the guy's name who's challenging for the title
at the show I'm going to.
You know, these are the times where I wish I didn't miss this podcast. But on that note, see you guys later. Keep going.
Bye.